All right, so you ready for this? This one's, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so this week's deep dives, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantasy fight. And I gotta be honest, it's got me thinking. Really thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, we always talk about who would win in a fight, right?
Yeah.
Like these hypothetical situations. But this one,
It's different.
it really is. It's Steve McQueen,
Okay.
the king of cool,
Right.
versus Angela Mao,
Oh, wow.
the queen of martial arts.
Now that's a matchup.
I know.
Yeah.
Could McQueen's, like, on-screen grit, you know, the tough guy persona, could that actually stand up to someone who is a real-life trained martial artist? Like, how do you even...
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because you've got McQueen, who is just this ultimate rebel icon,
Yeah.
known for, like, charisma, right? That whole don't mess with me attitude.
Exactly.
But then you have Mao, who's a real martial arts legend. Decades of training, you know, expertise. It really makes you think about what tough actually means.
I know, right? So let's just get into it. Okay, so we've got some sources here.
Yeah.
And, okay, McQueen, super athletic, right? I mean, the guy raced cars, motorcycles, did a lot of his own stunts. He was the real deal when it came to, like, physicality. I mean, you think about, like, the car chase in Bullitt or the motorcycle jump in The Great Escape.
Classic.
It wasn't just movie magic, right?
Yeah.
McQueen was really pushing his limits.
Oh, for sure.
But, and here's the thing,
Yeah.
he never really trained in martial arts.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, McQueen's appeal, I don't think it was ever about being this, like, technical fighter.
right.
He was raw power, resilience, and just this, like you said, that coolness under pressure.
Yeah.
You know, he embodied this kind of, like, American masculinity that I
Yeah.
think just really resonated with people.
Totally.
But in a straight-up fight against a trained martial artist, I mean,
it's a different story.
yeah, totally different story.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with Angela Mao's work, but what I'm reading here is amazing. Like, what makes her a legend in martial arts?
So, okay, first of all, she's not just any martial artist. She's a master of Eagle Claw Kung Fu.
Oh, wow.
This is a style known for speed, agility, and just devastating grappling techniques.
Wow.
Think lightning fast strikes, joint locks. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that can take down even the biggest opponents. It's not about brute force. It's technique, precision, knowing how to exploit an opponent's weaknesses.
So even if, like, McQueen could land a punch,
Yeah.
she could just, like, counter it in a way.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
He wouldn't even see coming.
I mean, think about it. This is someone who spent years honing these skills.
Yeah.
Her fight scenes, those weren't choreographed just for entertainment, right? She moved with a real fighter's instinct, precision.
See, this is, like, I was thinking, you know, in the beginning, I was like, oh, McQueen, he's got this, like, sheer stubbornness.
Yeah.
Right, he was famous for never giving up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But against Mao,
Yeah.
willpower alone, not gonna cut it.
It's not enough.
It's just not enough.
Yeah.
It really is the, like, specialized skills versus general toughness.
Right.
And that's kind of what the sources are saying, right?
Right.
Is like Angela Mao, she would be the victor
Yeah,
here.
it's just a likely winner.
I mean, I gotta ask, before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
wouldn't a different environment change things?
Oh, interesting.
Like, what if this wasn't a straight up fight? Like,
Right.
okay, what if it was a car chase,
Okay.
right? McQueen behind the wheel,
I mean,
maybe he's got a chance there.
that's a really good question.
Right.
And it gets at why these, like, what if battles are so fun to think about.
Like,
Right, because, yeah, if you change the scenario,
Yeah.
the odds could totally shift.
Right.
McQueen's racing skills, his daring,
Yeah.
yeah, it might give him an advantage.
Yeah.
But then again, Mao's agility, her spatial awareness, I
Yeah.
mean, she might be incredibly hard to shake off.
Right. It's not just about, like, who's tougher. Right. It's about how different abilities kind of play out in different situations.
Yeah.
It's like, what are your strengths?
Exactly.
And how do those strengths match up against your opponent?
Yeah. It really makes you think.
I know. It's something I'll definitely be thinking about.
Me too.
I mean, what a matchup, right?
I know. Who would have thought?
McQueen versus Mao. It's
It's a classic.
it really is. All right, well, that's it for our deep dive this week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.